Day 8.
Hello and welcome to day 8 of the morning after the Euros. And just look at me, I'm on it because what happened yesterday, I couldn't have imagined in my wildest dreams. It was a yogi. No, it was not a masterclass for sure, as one of my friends was saying so. But yeah, wow, what a result. Wow, what a result. Don't
Yeah.
doubt this team ever again. Although I'm continue to doubt them once they play Hungary
Yeah, you
again.
have to doubt them because,
They were
well,
They were all
okay,
over the
go ahead, go
place.
ahead, go ahead.
They were all over
Yeah,
the place. They were all over the place. I
yeah.
mean, the first 15 minutes, they created 4 chances, and I'm like, okay, it's going to be one of those days. And then, yeah, what
Hmm.
happens? They score on a counter out of from nowhere, and I'm like, okay, that's it. That's it. Now again, Portugal is going to be playing on the counter, but my God, this guy, Robin Gosens, Jesus, he was playing 7 years back in the second league in Netherlands, and he only recently moved to Atlanta.
Hmm.
What a story. What a story. Game of his life. He was everywhere. Everything was flowing.
Yeah.
Everything was coming from him. And at one point, I'm like, stop switching it to him always. It's becoming predictable. And then this was when it was still
Yeah.
1-0, like in
Yeah.
23 minutes. I'm like, it's been quarter of a, like 1/4 of the game is passed, and you're still trying to do that, and nothing is coming about it. And then, like, yeah, just the floodgates open. Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
How we say it in this country, chak, chak, chak. So, yeah, the floodgates open. My God, he was, what a game. Like, I was so impressed by him. Like, especially for a midfielder, left-footed midfielder, you don't have much in the game who are like very direct. You have
Hmm.
like these classics, David Silvas and these Pozzolas of this
Yeah.
world, but like this guy was, oh wow, like really
Yeah,
turned.
he's a bit like, he's Carrasco, like in the sense of the directness, like
Yeah,
not in
true.
the sense of the trickery and all those things.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
and my God. I mean, two own goals as well. Like Portugal couldn't. Yeah, they were so good in
Yeah,
the
like
first
what
half.
was up with that?
They were so good in the first half that they scored for Germany as well. Uh, and yeah, but okay, this really like puts things into perspective and now allows Germany to like have their destiny in their own hands come Wednesday when they're playing Hungary. But this is
Yeah.
not. Yeah, maybe it would be much easier because the two games that Hungary have played, they've played at Puskas Arena, and that's why like
Hmm.
they've really made a game out of it.
Yeah, yeah,
Uh,
yeah. That has definitely helped. There is no doubt about it. Hungary has been boosted by the fact that they've had a full capacity stadium behind them.
so, and yeah, tell me like what did you make of like Portugal's game? Like they just like gave up after even like the first goal. They're like, okay, now what do we do? Play for a draw, and then like 8 minutes later, another own goal.
Yeah.
And Nelson Zamedo was like eaten up. He was barbecued and grilled nicely and seasoned so well by Gosens. Oh wow, he had nowhere to hide like for 90 minutes. Yeah, what do you
Yeah,
make of?
well, Semedo has not been defensively solid ever. Like, that's not what he's known for. And I mean, I don't know what's up with this Portugal side. Even against Hungary, they weren't. Well, it's the Ronaldo kind of thing, right? Like, you kind of walk in expecting things to be handed to you sometimes. Like, I feel that Ronaldo has that bit of an attitude, and the Portugal team kind of carried that personality this time,
Yeah,
and in this game at least. And I mean, what was up with Rafael Guerrero's own goal? What was he trying to do? Like the Ruben Diaz one, you can't really do much. But
yeah.
what was he trying to do? Like, what was he trying to achieve by doing what he did? Like, that made no sense to me.
Mm.
And I mean, okay, we talked about Gosens a lot, but I thought Kai Havertz was excellent in this
Oh
game as
yes,
well.
yes, yes. I mean, his positioning. Like when I was getting ready for this, or maybe I was also doing this in my dream, like to record this part. Like his
Yeah, yeah,
positioning, his timing of the run. I was like, he couldn't have timed it better because if he mistimed
yeah,
it, then he's in the goal post. You know,
yeah.
he's in
Hmm.
the opposition goal post. So there's no
Yeah,
way he could afford to mistime his runs and like perfect runs for the Guerrero
yeah.
own goal. It, like it's like okay, he scored it or Guerrero's own goal. Still, yeah. Some were saying own goal, some were
Yeah,
saying.
then I think the third goal was actually his,
But the
wasn't it?
third goal
Even
was
that was a good goal.
so beautiful. The third one was like
Yeah.
opening the fort.
I thought the fourth one also was good. I think the interesting thing that I realized about Germany is that you were talking about where is Joshua Kimmich after the first game, right?
Yeah,
They were like, they committed to that philosophy even more, that Kimmich and Gosens are going to go in as far as possible to
true.
create as many overloads as possible.
Yeah,
And that thing worked out because Portugal were completely overwhelmed and they
yeah,
could not figure out how to get around this.
true. Like I think Low wanted like, yeah, to be entertaining in a very chaotic style and like try to bring out the result, which is not normally what you see from any German
Yeah,
sides. And like it was
yeah,
a mess all over, but like you see what a beautiful mess it was.
yeah.
Something they
Maybe
did
they
on.
learned from the France game, because France, they weren't chaotic enough, because France were like, yeah, we know what these guys are trying to do and we know how to put our players in the positions where we are able to handle this.
Yeah,
And France didn't have to get out of second gear because they knew what the Germans are going to throw at them.
yeah,
So
and
low, that was a from a management perspective, that's pretty good, right? From a game management perspective, like, well, this guy is your coach for now and he's doing this. He at least made adjustments to what worked and what didn't work, and
true.
we saw the results.
Hmm.
He was like, okay, let's create more chaos. Let's just if we don't have an exact route to score, let's just fuck shit up in the opposition penalty around the opposition third. And
Yeah,
well, that definitely worked because Portugal couldn't were overwhelmed. The talent of his players overwhelmed them.
yeah. But look at also the France talent, like they had a right back and left back,
Yeah,
like
that's true as well. Yeah,
who also can
France are
like,
more balanced as a squad. All obviously, like that's like we don't have to discuss that. We've talked about it like 4 times already in
yeah,
8 days. So
yeah. Mhm.
yeah,
Well, and yeah, then like since not that we need an invitation to talk about France, but we have to still review the second game of that group. And they made it like really like what we said yesterday. It should be they should take care of themselves was the word that I used for France against Hungary. But boy, did they make it difficult for them. And then once you're one down at halftime, then you're trying to play
hmm.
catch up for the next 45 minutes. You get the goal, but then again you have like another quarter of the game to like score another one. Sufficient
Yeah,
time. I thought I thought Mbappe like missed a couple of them, like put it to the keeper. Uh,
yeah,
yeah, but like what an atmosphere again. Like the Hungarians like on it.
yeah.
Uh, especially the celebration, it went crazy. Kind of like really.
Yeah,
There
yeah.
was
He was basically banging on some desk, right? Like the
yeah,
when he scored, like
and there was this. I don't know, was it the commentator? No, not commentators because they sit upstairs, but there was somebody like this lady there, and she was like,
yeah, she had a mic in her hand and she was completely lost. Like, what's going
yeah, she
on?
was so shocked, and then she was like, okay, am I supposed to be happy about this? And then, yay, and then like now she's gonna become a meme. Yeah. Well, France basically shot themselves in the foot. Like, um,
Yeah, they blew this group wide open, didn't they? Like,
or yeah,
I mean,
I mean,
there is
Germany
no
could finish
after
first
drawing
now.
with Hungary. There's no guarantee they get a result from Portugal, and
Yeah,
well, the World Cup curse has struck again. Like, it's not the World Cup as we obviously know, but like generally teams that win the World Cup kind of fuck it up in the next World
next
Cup,
World Cup.
right? Like
Yeah,
you definitely know about it, and the
yeah, yeah,
Spanish definitely know about it.
yeah.
So maybe France have done a different version of that by
Mm-hmm.
fucking up in the Euros itself.
Yeah. Well, we can't be overly critical over them just because they had like awful 60 minutes.
Well, they are in the group of death and they could easily be eliminated because
Yes.
most teams will get 4 points from the group. So third place qualifying becomes very tough from this one.
Yeah.
And
It's still in their own hands, and now this is like,
yeah, it's oh yeah, they still have a game to win. And
and
if
now this is
Portugal
like,
lose, then they are dumped. Then this is over.
yeah, because this is also like this. The narrative around this is like the revenge for 2016 finals. So France also have something
Yeah,
to,
they have that as well. Yeah.
yeah. So wow,
I wouldn't
and
mind Portugal being eliminated though. As much as I love Bruno Fernandes, my dislike of Cristiano Ronaldo
yeah,
will
true.
make me enjoy that.
Yeah, right. I feel the same. But of course,
Yeah.
replace Fernandez with Toyota. Uh, but yeah,
Hmm.
uh, that was. And then like I went to watch the Poland versus Spain game. And if there's
Oh
any
yeah, we have to discuss
if
this. Yeah,
if
yeah.
if there's any manager who's giving fierce competition to Gareth Southgate in terms of being the worst manager in the championship, applause, drum rolls, Mr. Luis Enrique. What is happening there? My God.
That's a bit overly critical of Southgate, isn't it? Like a
Or
bit
yeah.
too much. They just beat Croatia. Come on, like if you want to give that award to someone, give it to Vlatko Didic. What's his surname?
Who is this?
The Croatian manager, because they've completely fudged their group up, haven't they? Like the
Yeah.
World Cup finalists barely
True.
able to qualify.
Mhm.
Like basically they are on one leg, which is what Luka Modric should be on, being 35 years old and with the amount
Yeah.
of football he's played.
Yeah, but this
Well,
this this Croatia team, okay, just one line for this Croatia team. It looks like the 2014 team of Spain because like they were all old, but the manager
yeah, yeah,
wanted to
yeah, yeah, yeah.
trust into them because they won him the World Cup for 10. So it's basically that. But yeah, they're
Yeah,
gone.
but it's like Luka Modric is the only one who's really old. Like the rest of them are pretty reasonably. Like Perisic is not old.
Mm.
Like Kramaric is not old. Brozovic is not that old. Kovacic is not that old. Like this is. Yeah, they've already did what they had to. They've reached the apex, but there is
Yeah,
no denying that they are really falling down this
it's a free
roller
fall.
coaster.
Yeah.
Like Czech Republic are doing better than them. Are you kidding me? Like Czech
True,
Republic,
true. Yeah, but
like
the top
it's a good team. I'm not saying it's not a good team, but compared to the Croatian team, no way. The talent is not the same.
the topic of discussion is Luis Enrique. Yeah, go for it.
Yes, yes, yes. Let's get back to Luis Enrique and how I blamed Sweden entirely for them being that game being boring. That game will sit in my mind because I hated watching it. And
Mhm.
uh, this Spain team is not good. This Spain team, the skepticism around it, the COVID scenario didn't help.
Yeah.
And Luis Enrique is not helping himself, is he? Like
Mhm. I
this,
mean,
the Neymar, the 2015 Barca team was not like this. Like they did not play even close to what they're playing, what the Spain team is executing right now.
true.
Like they used to be quick on the attack. Like they weren't tiki taka, which is what made them interesting.
Mhm.
And this Spain team is so ponderous, so
Lethargic,
oh,
non-penetrative. I mean, they can't even like score a penalty, so it just goes on to show the state of affairs that's happening
yeah.
there. Oh
I
wow.
like Gerard Moreno though, and I felt bad that he missed that penalty. He set
Yeah,
up
and
the first goal though.
yeah,
And honestly, the first goal that they actually scored, the like Morata was able to confidently finish it because he thought he was offside, right?
I hope so. Like, but yeah, I mean,
Because the
why?
way he shot it and the moment, like he didn't even flinch at all when the offside flag was raised because he thought he was offside already.
Mhm.
And he was like, yeah, like just like quite a lot of strikers just to get into rhythm, right? They just shoot the ball.
Yeah,
And like any goal scoring player, they'll just shoot the ball just so that they get a feel for the ball and where the goal is and stuff like that. I
yeah.
thought that's what Morata did, and turns out he was not offside.
I
That's the only way this guy can score, or what?
yeah. I don't know why like experienced players don't take penalties for Spain because it comes down to like when I was watching them play versus Russia in the World Cup round of 16,
Hmm.
I'm like, you always give the first preference to the Real and the Barcelona players. But the
Yeah.
players who took the penalty that game, like I think Koke took, a couple of Atletico de Madrid's players took,
Hmm.
and then Iago Aspas. I'm like, they don't have the winner's mentality. Don't give the ball to them. You had Busquets there, PK was there, Ramos was
Yeah.
there. Like
At least couple of them you give, right? Like at least Ramos should be taking, like should be a penalty taker. There
yeah.
is no doubt about his
And here
like
I'm
the
seeing
confidence. That's what you need. Confidence is basically half of what penalty taking is. You have to deceive your opponent, and
yeah. And
that's where
here
Sergio Ramos shines. I don't know why you wouldn't do that. And like in this team, but would you want to give the ball to Morata? Like I
not
would not
Morata,
want him
I
to.
would give it to Koke. Like now he's won 2 league titles, he's won so many
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
domestic cups, he's the captain of his team. Or like just give it to the captain, Jordi Alba. But I mean, I look at the lineup again, like it's not very attractive. Like, can you believe that the hair did not start? Like Bonais
Yeah, I'm
Zidane
not
was in
surprised
goal.
by that because they don't.
Oh wow.
David De Gea is going through a bit of a weird patch. Like it's not like he's been keeping very poorly or something like that. It's just after being removed from the Manchester United number one spot, like basically,
Yeah.
he just hasn't been he just isn't getting chances anymore. Even though the games that he's actually played, he's played really well.
Hmm.
I mean, yeah, it must be training or something. Like we can't say from outside, right, what the reason might be for something not happening.
Yeah.
Uh, Like there's a presumption among the most of the public, which is a mistake that we should not make because we don't know what's going on. Like the amount of time that the coaches and the training staff is spending with players
Yeah.
is 10, 20, 30 times more
Times
than the
fold.
amount
Yeah.
that we are watching. So
True.
like there must be reasons. That's all I'm saying. Yeah.
But apart from the previous group of the group of death, this group is like really on it because now it's basically a knockout for everybody. The
Yeah, yeah,
team,
yeah,
the
yeah,
teams who are third and fourth, Poland and Spain,
yeah,
have a chance to make it to first and second. Like,
yeah,
wow, like
yeah.
they're
The
getting like
excitement in the setup
three
is there. Like
chances.
with
Yeah,
yeah, with 24 to 16, the setup it's exciting because there is elimination.
yeah.
But the problem is, it just feels a bit. It still feels gimmicky, doesn't it? It
Hmm.
still feels a bit. It doesn't feel appropriate. Like
Yeah, I know. Like
honestly, I would much
failure
rather
is
push it to
rewarded.
32 teams.
Yeah, yeah. You mean like
I would much
failure?
rather push it to 32 so that at least it becomes tougher to qualify from it. Like
But then again,
give
like
the group stages more meaning. That's all.
I mean, anyways, then Europe has 47 countries and then only 15 don't make it. If you're
Yeah,
giving
but
it to 32.
like it gives a lot of interesting story. Like teams that have never made it before, they'll get an opportunity. They
Hmm.
might be able to, like, it gives the underdog a bigger chance to do better, right?
Yeah.
Like the way Wales did in 2016, nobody would have expected that, and it
Hmm.
wouldn't have happened with the if it hadn't been expanded.
Yeah.
The same
True.
way, maybe Northern Ireland turns up and they completely kick everyone's ass in the group stage, and they turn up in the round of 16 with something they would not have even dreamt of. Like
True. Yeah.
like
Yeah.
there are pros and cons, obviously. Yeah.
Mhm. But the thing is, like, it's been today's day 8, and we've had one awful day of football and 7 awesome days of
Yeah,
football.
yeah, yeah. Definitely,
So there's
definitely, yes.
something going right,
Yeah.
even with the format rewarding failure in terms of the third positions. There is,
Hmm.
yeah. So something is clicking in the right way.
Yeah,
But
maybe it works. Like it's it takes you need to get used to these things also, right? Like generally we are, especially to sports, like when we make changes,
mhm,
we are when the authorities make changes, we are not receptive to it
yeah,
because for a lot of reasons. Like UEFA wants money, like that's always been the case. Like everybody wants more revenue. It's all about revenue in football now. So obviously that's the motivation to make changes, and that is why people like us who are kind of aware of what's going on, we do not like those changes.
yeah, yeah. Finally, a team that needs to click really today is Switzerland. Like if they have to get out of this group, they need to win versus Turkey,
Yeah.
or Turkey make a meal of this group. Like, anyways, there's just one who's going to finish. I mean, already is qualified, but maybe,
Hmm.
just maybe, who Wales is playing Italy. If Wales get a result, then group is done.
They're guaranteed, but most likely I think Wales will still get through because like
Mm.
they've done enough. I mean, like they don't have to get beaten up by Italy. If they get beaten up and the goal difference really fucks them over, then there's a risk.
Yeah,
But I think Wales should be reasonably comfortable. Even this was I expected more from this group, to be honest. Like
yeah, yeah, yeah. And
Turkey haven't turned up. Switzerland are super lethargic. I
mhm,
mean,
yeah. What?
Switzerland is the biggest disappointment. Turkey just feel like a deer caught in the headlights. They just completely
Yeah, they're always overhyped
they don't
anyways.
look like they haven't played at these levels a lot also with a good team, and sometimes this happens with an inexperienced team at like a international team, right?
Yeah. True.
And but Switzerland, they're always up at these tournaments. They always
Oh
qualify
yes.
and they always disappoint.
Oh yeah.
And
They do
Zerdan
well in the
Shaqiri,
World Cup.
you would know better. I have been so disappointed with his performances. He's been so uninterested.
Mhm.
The attitude has been completely wrong. They look like they don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel bad for Breel Embolo because it's like he's the only guy fighting before the
Yeah.
ship sinks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah. A word for Italy before we wrap this up pretty soon. Are they going to
Yeah.
go? Yeah. Are they going to like play their benched players? Are they going to go for the draw or play for the win?
I think they have to start Chiesa now. They should try and see a couple of combinations and to hope which clicks. Because like Berardi, maybe put Berardi in the center, maybe put him as striker, get
Mm-hmm.
Immobile out because Berardi has been good and Immobile, as I have publicly proclaimed so many times, has not been in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like just to try it out. Like I'm not saying throw Immobile out of the team or something. Like just try it once. Like put Chiesa in. Let's see where he fits in. What kind of role you want to play him in,
True.
because he's going to be exciting because
Mhm.
he is basically Serie A's best player last season, right? One of the best players in the
Yeah.
league last year, and
Yeah.
would be worth checking out. Yeah.
Cool. Awesome.
Oh,
Well,
I
on that.
forgot Inter Milan existed. No, Chiesa is not the best player in Serie A last year. Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, on that note, we are going to wrap this up. Thank you for joining us. If you're following us for the morning after the Euros, and we really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Check us out tomorrow as we preview 4 games and also review the games for the Group A,
Yeah.
wherein
The
the entire tournament starts taking shape. Thanks,
yeah.
Anshuman, for joining us again, and we are going to see you tomorrow. Bye.
Bye bye.